Today's lesson is 3.4, Getting and Giving the Correct Change. So this is your warm-up that should be completed before listening to this lesson. At the bottom, making change. This is what we're talking about today. Throughout this section, you may wish to use currency manipulatives. So the currency manipulatives, obviously we're not together physically, but I have provided you with a link to access manipulatives online. So just look on our Brightspace classroom under content and it'll be there. So draw or write two different combinations of coins and or bills that can make up each amount. Use common combinations. If your change is 65 cents, you can have, well, obviously there's more than two combinations, but you can give the customer 6 dimes, and that would be 60 cents, and then 1 nickel. Or you can give change in 2 quarters. So 2 quarters equals to 50 cents. And then 1 dime, that's 10 cents. So 50 plus 10 is 60 cents. And then 1 nickel would bring you up to 65 cents. The next one is $1.30. So you can give 1 loonie and 3 dimes. Or you can give 5 quarters. So remember, 4 quarters is equal to $1. 1 more quarter is equal to $1.25. And then 1 nickel to make it to $1.30. And then $7.40. So you can give 1 $5 bill and then 1 toonie. So that brings you to $7. And then 1 quarter, 1 dime, and then 1 nickel to bring you to $7.40. Or you can give the customer 7 loonies, which is $7, and then 4 dimes, which is 40 cents. Some employees make hundreds of cash transactions every shift. Sometimes errors are made. Each situation in the following table contains an error. Without using a calculator, find and then fix the error. Many of you may have a part-time job as a cashier. I was a cashier for several years. And even though a lot of customers now use debit and credit to make purchases, or even Apple Pay, some are still paying with cash. So it's important for us to learn how to give correct change back. The first row, the amount owed by the customer is $4.14. Oh, and one more note, we don't give out pennies anymore. So this 14, this would be rounded up $4.15 automatically, and like the computer will do it for you. But you're always rounding up to the nearest 5. So 14 cents would round up to 15 cents. So this customer would actually owe you $4.15. But we're just going to go with $4.14 for this example. It's just good addition and subtraction practice anyways. Amount given to the cashier. So someone owes you $4.14. They give you a $10 bill. So this person return a 5 and then 3 quarters, which is 75 cents. So $5.75. So the cashier gave too little change. The correct change is $5.86. Next, the customer owes you $32.55 and gives you a $40 bill. And this is 1, 2, 3 toonies, which is $6. And then a loonie, which is $7. 2 quarters, $7.55. So this is too much change. the correct change would have been $7.45. Okay, and then this one, the last example, $6.50 is what is owed, and you're given $10 bill, so you return a $10 bill. Obviously, this is way too much. If the customer is supposed to give you $6.50 and gives you a 10 and you're returning a 10, you're giving way too much change back. And then 10 plus 2 plus 1, so that's $13.50. So way too much change. The correct change is $3.50. And we're going to talk about how to give correct change in the next page. At the top of the next page is asking us to explain how this error occurred. So how in the world did this cashier give back a $10 bill? Well, I think what happened was the customer paid with a $10 bill, and I think that the cashier probably got distracted and was holding the $10 bill, and so thought that that $10 bill was part of the change to return to the customer. So I think that the cashier did not put that $10 bill back into the register right away, and then got distracted, and then when refocused back in the situation, probably thought that $10 bill was part of the change. So I'm just going to write that down. What would you hope for if you were the cashier in question 2C? Well, I would hope that the customer would be honest and recognize the mistake and return the $10 bill back to me. So how do we make change in our heads? Most places that you'll work, if you work as a cashier, the computer is going to give you the total. So you're going to look at the computer, and then you're going to say to the customer, this is how much your total is. The customer will give you an amount of money, and if it's not exact, you type in exactly how much the customer has given you into the computer, and the computer will provide to you the amount of change to return to the customer. So most of the time you don't have to do this in your head, but it is important for you to learn how to provide change in your head. And one way is called the counting up method. So you start with how much did the customer owe you, and then from there you count all the way up to how much did the customer give you, and that's actually the change or the difference that you need to return to the customer. So when you talk about change, this is actually subtraction. So what is the difference between how much the customer gave you and how much they owed you? So there is an example here, but let's just try in this chart down here. I know that pennies do not exist anymore, but we're going to pretend, just for this example, we're not going to round it up to $1.15. We're just going to still use the example provided, which is $1.14. So the amount that the customer owes you is $1.14, and they give you $2. Okay, so I'm going to start from $1.14. Okay, so to go from $1.14, I'm going to count up to $1.15. So that's 1 penny. And then now I'm on $1.15. And then to get to $1.25 from $1.15, that's 1 dime. So I'm going to count up 10. So now I'm at $1.25. And to get from $1.25 to $2, that's 75 cents or 3/4. Now I'm at $2. So to get from $1.14 to $2, you add a penny, a dime, and 3/4. So I counted up to the amount that the customer gave me, and that's actually the change for the customer. Okay, so let's try this one again. So we start at $3.45, and we're going to count up to $5. So $3.45, I'm going to count up 1 nickel to get to $3.50, And then I'm going to count up from $3.50, count up 2 quarters. That'll give me to $4. And then count up 1 loonie. That'll bring me to $5, which is how much the customer gave me. Let me try again. So $2.30 to $20. Okay. So $2.30, I'm going to go to $2.50. So I'm going to add 2 dimes. Then from $2.50 to $3, that's 2 quarters. And then from $3 to $5, that's 1 toonie. Okay, and then from $5 to $10, that's one $5 bill. And then from $10 to $20, that's one $10 bill. That's all the change that you return back to the customer. Okay. And then the last page, many people give what seems to be like an odd amount of money for a purchase. Explain why a customer would give $1.01 for a purchase that totals 96 cents. Well, remember, counting up from 96 to, let's say, $1, that's 4 cents, okay, to go from 96 to $1. Clearly, this customer doesn't want pennies. So instead, they gave you $1.01. So that means to go from 96 to $1.01, that's 5 cents. So they don't want you to give them pennies. They want you to give them 1 nickel, less change in their wallets. So let's write that down. If you make a purchase that totals $4.97, state 3 possible amounts of money that you might give to the cashier. Okay, well, I can have a $5 bill available. Another way of giving the cashier $5 is in coins. So 2 toonies and 1 loonie. Or you can actually just give exact change if you have it. Your purchase totals $13.87. For each amount you give the cashier, draw or write the change you might receive. So your total is $13.87 and you give $14. So again, using the counting up method, so 87, I want to get to 90, so that's 3 pennies. Then from 90 to $14 exactly, that's 1 more dime. The next amount is $15.02. So this customer does not want pennies. And this, in the first example, you're returning pennies to the customer. So this customer in number 2 does not want any pennies. So the difference between 87 and 02. So 87 to 97 cents is 10 cents. And then 97 cents to 2 cents, the next $1.02 is 5 cents. So this person wants you to give back a nickel. They don't want you to give any pennies. Okay, so 387 plus 5, that's 13.92. And then 13.92 plus 10 cents would bring you to 14.02, and then 14.02 plus 1 loonie would bring you to 15.02. The next amount given is 15.12. So this customer doesn't want any nickels or dimes or pennies. Okay, so in 15.02, this person just didn't want any pennies from, but in 15.12, this person doesn't even want you to give back any nickels or dimes like you did for the previous customer. Okay, so 13.87 plus 10 gives you to 97 cents, plus another 10 would give you to $14.07. And then $14.07 plus 5 cents will give you to $14.12, which is just $1 less than this. So this person wants you to give you quarter and a loonie. I'm going to repeat what I did here. So I'm counting ups from 1387. So plus 10 is 1397, plus 10 cents again is $14.02, plus 5 cents, sorry, $14.07, $14.12. And then we added $1 to get you to 15.02 cents. So this 10 cents, this 10 cents, this 5 cents, that is 10.25. That's 25 cents. So this customer doesn't want you to return to them nickels and dimes. They want 1 quarter. And then they're looning on top of that. And then $20. So counting up, so 1387, 3 pennies would give you to 1397, and then 1 dime would bring you to $14. And then 1 loonie would bring you to $15. And then 1 $5 bill would bring you to $10. And then 1 $10 bill would bring you to $20. There's just a quick check your understanding 2 questions here for you to try on your own. And then when you're comfortable, you can try completing today's quiz.